you doing? It's been ages since I've done a one-in-one video like this, and I just thought it's about time. Would I said it's ages? Would I say it's ages? It's been about 3 weeks. I hope everybody's doing all right. Okay. Couple of things to talk about, but mainly it's just going to be me waffling on absolute bollocks for about 10-20 minutes. I usually take that up to 30 or 40, don't I? But I have got an eye on my timer. Let's start with this look. It's that time of year again, isn't it? Middle of October, and if you watch my videos from last October, November, I'm starting to get the old hoodie up, and I've got myself a nice pot of coffee as well. Fire's not out yet though, because I'm still as tight as they come. Right, where am I going to start? I'm going to start with live streaming. Ooh. I'm going to start with live streaming and just try and get to the bottom of this. So, over the last couple of months I've been live streaming. It started out with me and Davey House's modelling shed. You know, we sort of like said, let's have a go, da-di-da, and I set the StreamYard thing up and one thing and another. And at first it seemed to work all right, but over the last couple of live stream sessions, I've been echoing, my guests have been echoing, then they can't hear me, and loads of feedback on one thing and another, and I am still trying to get to the bottom of that. Okay. The more questions you ask on live streaming to your peers, the deeper the rabbit hole goes, I will say that. As you probably know, I do everything on my phone. It's just a little Samsung phone. It's not even a top-end phone, because I'm absolutely useless with phones. So it's just a basically run-of-the-mill phone, nothing special at all. And I do everything on there. I take my photos on there. I do these on there. I film club vlog on there. Take my pictures, edit my pictures, edit my videos, everything. My life is literally around this 7-inch piece of plastic. Okay. And the problem that I've got for people who are regular tune-ins, is I am sat 40 foot away from the router in the house. What you can't see here, I've got plugged in, I've got a Wi-Fi extender. Obviously, I've got electricity in the shed, in the garage. And the Wi-Fi extender picks up that signal from the router and casts it out here. And when I did a speed test last night, I was still running at 15, which apparently is enough. And I was talking to my tech mate, Trev. How come I'm getting all this sort of nauseating thing on my StreamYard, Trev? And he sort of like concluded something that I already know, which is it's not the signal of the Wi-Fi, the extender, etc. It's actually just basically down to the phone that I use and the processor that's in it. It's just not fast enough to keep up with everything that I'm asking it to do. Does that make sense? So Davey House has got a PC. I'm going to call it a PC. And we're currently sort of like looking at alternative avenues on doing it instead of using my chuffing phone, because it's obviously not good enough. And it's frustrating that when I do a live stream and I've got great people on, Paul Pat, Rue and Jean, Mark Lid, Marky Bridge, Young Low, etc., Trev and everybody, and it's like it's so frustrating from my seat, because I'm the host, and when it's me and when I knock off, everybody can hear themselves talking and chatting away, and as soon as I come back on, it's like echoing and massive loads of feedback and one thing and another. And it's so frustrating that last night's live stream I actually it automatically uploads to YouTube, because that's the channel that I feed to. But I've got up this morning, watched first 10 minutes when I'm rattling on, and it's absolutely sound as a pound. And then as soon as I get my guests on, it starts to go a little bit tits up, and it's just not. It's not fair. It's not fair. What are you doing it to me for? Do you know what I mean? It's so frustrating. It's a bit of a therapy session, is this one? Okay. So what's going to happen with that? Like I said, Davey House is sorting me a computer out with Trev. Rubbing my hands, look, because it's starting to get cold. And hopefully that's going to come. Now, the PC has got an Ethernet port in it, so fingers crossed that the processor in it is quick enough. I'm going to literally throw a 50-foot Ethernet cable down and plug it into the router, to the main Wi-Fi router. Stuck it through my kitchen window, chuck it up garden, in through my door, plug it in, and fingers crossed. Cross your fingers for me, everybody. I need a little bit of luck. Plug it in here, and I'm going to be able to do it great. And that's what I want. That's what I want. It's great doing the live streams because, you know, the people that watch me, they're commenting and they're saying hello to everybody, and it tightens that modelling core even, it grips it even further. And I love it. I love that everybody jumps on and people are watching and commenting. And, you know, we talk about club because there's two kinds of people that watch my YouTube. There's people that watch it for me, for what I'm doing. I don't know what I do that for. And there's people that watch it for when we talk about club. Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club. When I divulge who's doing what, and I go around and we talk about, you know, who's been, who's doing what, where they're up to, that kind of thing. And it's sort of like it mushrooms, if you will, to the audience that participate in what I'm trying to do. But like I said, at the minute, it's so frustrating that I can't do it properly. It's proper banging me head in. You don't get other YouTube modelers saying stuff like this, do you? I digress. Okay. So just nattering about club, because I have deleted that video from last night. Nattering about club. Club yesterday, we had 21 boys and girls down. Fantastic, because we had the storm Babetto, balsamic vinegar, whatever it was, on Friday and Saturday that literally flooded country, didn't it? And people were saying, oh, you know, I don't think I'll be able to come, and I'm going to flood my car and one thing and another. So to get 21 people in yesterday were absolutely magic. I must admit, I ain't got a crystal ball, but me sort of figure in my head yesterday were about 12 or 13. So to get 21, absolutely fantastic. And that's a shout out to everybody that came. Everybody that came. It's a really special place. We're twice a month. We meet up. And we come, we get set up, and we crack on, and everybody interacts, and everybody walks around and sits with everybody else, and we're all chatting and looking at what we're doing and where we're up to and different parts of builds, and it is great. And we've got young Lewis, people like young Lou down there, you know, that's saying, can somebody help me and show me? I've painted this tank now, I'm airbrushing, I'm onto weathering. Has somebody got any techniques that I can use? And it's literally like flies round shit yesterday. Young Lewis soaking up all this information, all these tips and tricks. And the piece that he's done, his last piece, his latest piece, it's looking absolutely spot on. Considering where he was 12 months since, you know, you're talking about a 15-year-old that builds in his bedroom, whose mum supports him 1,000,000%, and I'm sure his dad does too. But he's literally sat in his room watching YouTube videos, trying to get all this information into his head, trying to live his young life at the same time. And then he comes to club, and everybody sort of like embraced him, and we're all helping him. I'm not, because I don't know about tanks. But all the armour guys are all proper on him and proper helping him, and it's so good to see. So good to see. Okay. So 21 boys and girls in. Same as what I said yesterday, we do run a bonus ball game. And again, if you run a physical club, it's a great way to introduce a little bit of income into your club. We charge subs, obviously, because we have rent to pay. and we pay full public liability insurance as well, so that everybody's covered. But just to keep them funds topped up, 59 balls on a sheet of paper. I ought to get it out, really. 59 balls on a sheet of paper. And we usually charge £2 a ball. And then the winner will take 80% of that, which is great. And then 20% will come back into the club. But once a year, we normally do it in October. I've lost the shade, being my car. Once a year, we do £3 a ball. With winner takes all. Now, obviously, 59 balls times £3 is £177. So, £177 in this jackpot, except nobody won it last month either. Nobody won it. So, there were a £64 carryover from last month, and there's £177 this month. And I think it works out at £241. Winner takes all. That's it, look. Don't pause it. Hey. And there's always that air of trepidation that are all the balls going to sell well. Do you know what? Even at £3 a go, they do. Because everybody likes a chance, don't they? This one, like I say, doesn't support the club. Winner's going to take the entire pot. Now, for £3, you could say, I might as well go and do normal lottery. Fair enough, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But the reason that we've done it in October is because we're going to Telford next month, aren't we? We're going to Telford next month. I never stop, though. I'm always busy. We're going to Telford next month, and we just thought, I said, do you know what? We might as well, don't run it in November. Let's run it in October. Little did I know that there'd be a carryover from September. And whoever wins it, if it's one of the Telford lads that's going, they're going to get an extra £241 to spend. If it's not one of the Telford lads that's going, that wins it, they just get that money first meeting in November, and they can do what they want with it. Service your car, go and buy a shitload of glue and paint and models and stuff, whatever you want. Okay. Shout out to Marky Bridge. Marky's poorly, fighting his own battle these days, and also to Padre's grandson, who is poorly as well. Yesterday we had a bit of a whip round for him, and there's quite a decent amount of money in the pot for that as well. I have tried to ring Padre over the last couple of days, but he hasn't answered. All right. Not to worry. We talked about Bolton show already, which is next January, because last year when we did Bolton show, I think there were about 18 of us went in total. And the guy that walks around that says, yous lot have got the best table, we actually won that. Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club won that. If I just put my head to one side and see if I might be able to find a picture, I'll put it up here. One of the proudest moments of my entire life. Take out my missus and my kids and all that sort of shit, because that's great. But that was absolutely superb. Loved that. So we applied this year, and we had 6 tables last year. So we've applied for 5 this year, and unfortunately we only got 3. So it's going to be a bit of a squeeze. Glasses on, but it is what it is, I suppose. Telford's in about 3 weeks' time, and there's a good 14, 15 of us going down to that as well. Happy birthday to Ange Liddle. Happy birthday to the Padre. So yeah, Bolton. So we've got the names down for Bolton in the book. And then we're looking again at where we're going Christmas shopping this year. We actually go to Halifax Models World to see Diamond Dave. Even though it's a 40-minute journey, that's where all the boys and girls want to go, because Dave at Halifax Models World, if you've ever been in, you'll know what I mean. He's an absolute diamond, is Dave. That's why we call him Diamond Dave. And if you've never been and you're in that neck of the woods, because some people put on Facebook forums, oh, I'm stopping in Huddersfield, Halifax. Is there a model shop? Halifax Models World. Can't beat it. I'm a steaming up with my coffee. Okay, that's that. We're looking at prizes for next year's competition. We've announced next year's competition theme already. I'll shut that up now. We've done that already, what we're doing for next year. But I've no doubt that we'll be looking for a judge. Let me just blow that off. So that covers club and live streaming nightmare. Okay, what I've been going 15 minutes. This is a bit now where I say in comments, tell me what you're building. Tell me what you're building. Tell me where you're up to. Obviously I can't say let's have a look. That's going to come with live stream, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But you can certainly comment and let me know. And also, same as what I said on live stream last night, we all have a handle. My handle features my name, Mark Andrews, but I was talking to, there were a couple on live stream last night, chap from Liverpool, and I know, I think it's Hobby Time that comes on as well and watches. Let me know your real name. Let me know if you're a man or a woman or whatever you are. I do like that interaction. Okay, I like to know people, right? Social, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Let me know what you're building. Let me know what your real name is. Okay. Telford then in 3 weeks' time. We're stopping overnight. We're at the we thought that we were at the Premier Inn. We're not. We're at International Hotel. But it makes no difference which hotel we're in as long as we're staying there. So we're going to do both days. We can't show because we're not an IPMS club. Not going to get into that. Okay. We're an independent club and that's what we like. What else? I finished the A10 off that I got from Daz at Bolton last year. Picture, I've got 1 or 2 pictures of that. That was a pre-started build. I think I did a video on that. I got a couple of grammatical errors thrown in there as well, but that were done. And I said, would I build it again? Would I? Bloody hell. And I'm not kidding me, in 10 minutes, Daz is pinging me saying, I've watched your video, Mark, would you build it again? And I'm like, no, definitely not. Why? What's up? He says, oh, I've got another one that's already been started. Do you want to have a bash? I'm like, oh, for God's sake, yeah, of course I do, yeah. Of course I do. So he's got me a twin-seater. Okay. I don't know if it's in a bad state of repair like this one was, but who knows, who cares? Bring it on, I'll give it a go. I've got a couple of small commissions to do. I've got a London bus to do for a chap at work. I'm hoping that he's going to bring that in tomorrow. Again, it's pre-started. I must be an absolute mug. It's pre-started. His brother started it. And my mate at work says, I think he started painting it in red with a 2-inch emulsion brush. And you're like, anyway. So I said, look, bring it in. It's for his mum. His dad passed away and he loved London buses. So it's a big Revel London bus, so I'm going to knock that out for him as well. I've got a little one in 72 Red Arrow to do, commission. A little one in 72 Spitfire to do, commission. They are free commissions because they are for Padre. So I'm going to do them for him. I'm in the middle of another commission. This one's a paid one. So I'm doing, you'll never guess, will you? What does Mark build? Mark builds tornadoes, doesn't he? So I am actually in the middle of doing an F3 commission for a chap in Coningsby, down RAF Coningsby way. And I'm sort of like 80%, 70% away through that. Do you want to have a look? I'm 70% away through that. So basically built the kit like I do. This was a brand new build. Built the kit, primed it in black, inner panels in white. I can't put a picture of that because for some reason I erased it off my phone. And then I've been going through all my greys and all Lid's greys, Mark Liddell's greys, trying to find a perfect match, which is harder said than done. So Lid came to my rescue yesterday with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different shades of grey and saying, fill your boots there, mate. It's funny because on the actual instructions, the bird looks really light grey. But typical of Revel on the box art, you tell me, because that looks chuffing blue. Hold it there. You know what I mean? When you're doing that, one looks blue and one looks, look at me looking over at the top. One looks blue and one looks really light grey. And I've been in, I've posted onto Shippy's group, Nigel's group, Tornado Sig on Facebook, and he says, actually, Mark, it did have a hint of blue. So I did all the pre-shading in a light grey, a very light grey, then went over that in blue for final top coat to go on, which is a very light grey. I did do it last night, but it looked too blue this morning, and I've spoke to Lyd about it as well, so I've actually gone over it with a mix. Mark, I hope you don't mind, mate, but I have mixed two of your paints up. Trying to look for it now, just knocked him, have a look. There we go. So an original light ghost grey, which is the number 38, but you can see there that that's I've got a little handwritten sticker on there, and that says 038 plus a 104. So I've added a bit of 104 into that mix, and that sort of turned it from a blue that I know that I've got a direct light on it. So I'm hoping that if I do that to take that light off, you can see that it's more like a grey than a blue. Tail, you can see that the little antenna there has dropped off, so I've got that to put back on. Black down the spine. Different colour grey in there and in there. Lots of mottling going off, lots of shading, lots of panel lines, and then underneath, I'm hoping that you can see the demarcation line there and there, and that different grey carries on down the front, across the wings, under there as well. So I've still got all this to mask off to do white. I've still got this to mask off to do white, but once that's done, a few little touch-ups, and we're going to call it a day on that one for paint job. All the armament's already done. I'm going to dip into me little sort of bits bin now. Armament's done and the buckets are done as well. Okay, that is the best way to build this kit, by the way. In fact, I'm just going to digress ever so slightly. On the kit instructions, if you've ever built this kit, it does tell you to put that piece onto there. Turn it right way up. It does actually tell you to put that onto there. Okay, that's what it tells you to do, and then it tells you to put that piece in. No, wrong. What you actually do is get that piece, and it's, can you see the big cutout at the top? If I put my finger behind it, there's a big cutout and a little cutout, top and bottom. What you actually do is feed that down your pipes like that, because it's just a hell of a lot easier. Okay, and once you've got it down like that, all right, look at colour of my chuffing fingers. Once you've got it down like that, and you just add a touch of super glue, so it don't go anywhere, and then what you'll find then is that actually just goes into there, and you can pop your nose on your bench and literally just clip that in like that. Okay, and it'll just sit in with, there you go, a little bit of a click clack, and actually it sits in absolutely spot on. Okay, so that's today's top tip. When what last time I said that? That's how long it is since I've made a video. I have got the correct squadron decals for this because he wanted it in 29. And top man, Dan the Man Yeoman, ex-F3 pilot. I pinged him about 2 weeks since and said, you don't know where I can get some of these 29 squadron decals from dear Dan. And he went, what, these? Showed me a picture. I'm like, yeah, them's them. He says, I've got some. And he sent me them up as well. Because he's a top bloke. Spent most of the day yesterday doing that. You can see that the MRP numbers are on the back. That's just bits of plastic card. Some people use spoons, plastic spoons. Stuck a load of black on just to darken them off, because that's obviously what I'd done with Bird. And then all those greys there are those greys there that are in front of me. And that's how I sort of got that wrong and had to make my own mix. We adding a couple of colours together. Okay. What have I covered? I've covered live stream, club, Bolton next year, and last one, 25 minutes, last two. So first one of the last two is Telford this year. It was so funny last year. I absolutely loved every minute of it because people were coming up to me and going, Mark, Mark, Mark. And it's like, I'm just a regular chuffing bloke, mate. I'm just a regular guy. So for people to actually recognise your face when you go to a show like that, it's quite funny, really. It's good, but it's great because I am naturally a chatty, interacting, I'll say up to you kind of person. That's just what I am. So I soaked it up last year, and I'm hoping to do the same again this year. Really am. It's brilliant. I love it. And then last one before I go is back to live streaming, because that's what I wanted to chat to you about tonight, as well as everything else. There's people that tune in regularly from literally all over the world, and I know it's frustrating. I know it's very frustrating. It's frustrating for you to watch. It's frustrating for me to do it and have to come out of the live stream to start going into all buttons about editing mic settings, editing echo cancellation, echo reduction, auto volume on people's mics, because I can do all their settings as well, and it's so frustrating. So I want to say thank you for the people that do watch. I want to say thank you to the people who watch after I've live streamed, because that to me is even more. It's like, oh, there's a show on here for 2 hours, but I'm gonna watch it. So that's incredible. And hopefully I'm going to get that resolved, so that we can all jump on and we can all say what we want to say and do it properly. But like I say, it's just at the minute it's more hardware than software. And the last one, final, that's 3, isn't it? Not 2, you daft chuff. Is thanks to everybody that does watch me ramble on YouTube. For absolutely ages and ages and ages, I was stuck around about the 950, 960 sort of subscribers. It's like, I'm never going to hit the 1,000. Because when you get 1,000, you can monetize. Not instantly. There's a lot of hoops to jump through. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like saying that you hit 1,000 and they're like pound coins start coming in, because it don't. For you to be able to monetize on YouTube, you've got to have over 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 viewing hours. And I'm currently stuck on 3,500 and some, and you think, oh, there's only 500 odd viewing hours to go. How many chuffing people have got to watch your stuff to get 500 viewing hours? It's colossal. I'm not bothered about the monetizing thing, and I never were. I know there's I have got to buy me a coffee page. I think I've got a £5 in that, and that were one of the lads down at club. I don't do this hobby to be paid an income, but fair play to you if you do. That's absolutely our shout, and you know it is what it is. But the 1,000 were always the number for me. Regular bloke, dad of 2, missus down in house. But to acknowledge that you've got 1,000 people that watch you on the tellies, on the smart tellies like you're doing, or on the phones, on the dinner at work, or when you get a ping, oh, chuffing hell, Mark's put a video up, and you've got that from 1,000 people. You know, it's fantastic. I'm currently on now 1,006, which is like absolutely fantastic. But I can discount, 2 or 3 of them, because I've got my mum on and my dad, and they get notifications. And when I call in to say I'm on my way home from work, and I go, have you watched my latest video, Mum? You've had a notification. And she'll go, what? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's dead funny. But it is 1,006 as of today, 22nd of October, 2023. Okay. That just about wraps it up. That's where I'm up to. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've got to do. Telford, Bolton, Christmas shopping day, 3 clubs left, bonus ball, live streaming, filling booking, never chuffing ends, never ends. And I'm going fishing as well now, because my 12-year-old lad's been going fishing for the last 6 months. Ain't caught, oh, you made me jump, ain't caught a thing. So I've started fishing with him and getting him catching some fish, so I've got that on as well. Okay. That'll do for now. The next video will probably be either this one or when I'm down at Telford or next club, either. Okay. As usual, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and really do appreciate it. Thanks everybody. See you next time. Take care, stay safe. Cheers.